Hi, 5th grade. I'm coming at you with a grammar video today. We are going to go over your direct objects page, and direct objects are hard. A lot of people struggle with them, so we're going to go over them. I'm going to go over both pages 85 and 86. Make sure you got the right answers. If you didn't, then you're going to have to go back, kind of watch the direct object videos again, and work on it again. But I'm going to explain it a little bit more for you today, and hopefully that'll help a little bit too. So let's look at page 85. On page 85, they talk about an action verb. Okay, an action verb, of course, shows action. A lot of times, an action verb will tell you what the subject did or is doing, and then the direct object is what it is doing it to, what is receiving the action, or what is it answers the question whom or what. We call these verbs transient verbs because they transfer the action to an object. Now, it's not called transient verbs in your workbook, but I think in one of the videos they do mention that. So the transient verb is something, the transient verb is something that transfers the verb, the action of the verb, to an object. So what you're doing is, first you find the simple subject. Well, really, first you eliminate the prepositional phrases. So you got to eliminate your prepositional phrases first. Then you find your simple subject. Then you find the action verb. Then you look at what or whom the action verb is doing. And then whatever answers that question, what or whom, is your direct object. So let's look at number 1 on page 85. The players slice the ice with their skates during the game. You have 2 prepositional phrases. With their skates and during the game. Those are both prepositional phrases. With is a preposition, during is a preposition. Feel free to go back and review your prepositions if you're having a hard time locating your prepositional phrases. There's a lot of good videos on YouTube you can find. If you really are having a hard time, then comment or email me, okay? Players is the subject. The verb is slice. The players are slicing. What do the players slice? Well, the answer to that is ice. They slice ice. So ice is your direct object. Players slice ice. Players subject, slice verb, ice direct object. Number 2, the Zamboni machine smooths the ice after the game. After the game is your prepositional phrase. After is a preposition, game is the object. The machine is the subject. Zamboni is an adjective describing machine. So don't underline Zamboni in this case. Just machine. Machine is the subject. What does the machine do? It smooths, which is a verb. Now, if you smooths what? What does it smooth? Ice. Ice is your direct object. Number 3, special hot coils melt the surface of the ice. Of the ice is your prepositional phrase. Of is always a preposition. Then ice is your object of the preposition. Coils is the subject. Melt is the verb. What are we melting? The surface. The surface is the direct object. Number 4, the ice freezes again smoothly. Subject is ice. Freezes. Freezes what? We don't have a noun to answer that question. Smoothly is an adverb. So there's no direct object in that sentence. Then we're diagramming. We have coils. Then you have your perpendicular line that goes across the entire and down and crosses through the sentence line. Then you have melt, which is the verb, and then the little bitty line that does not cross the sentence line and your direct object surface. Okay, so that's page 85. Let's look at page 86. Page 86 is just more of the same thing. I'm going to go over this one a little bit quicker. Okay, I'm not going to read all the sentences, but if you need me to, if you want me to go back and review it a little bit more in depth, just give me a comment or something, or email me, okay? Number 1, our prepositional phrase is with a waffle pad. Subject is goalie, verb is blocks. That's it, no direct object here. Number 2, in the rink is your prepositional phrase. The subject is sideboards. Keep is the verb. Puck is the direct object. Number 3, on the team is your prepositional phrase. Roster is the subject. Lists is the verb. Lists what? Lists players. That's direct object. Number 4, 2 prepositional phrases for violations and of the rules. Subject is players. Receive is the verb. Direct object is penalties. Number 5, 2 prepositional phrases again. With his hand and during the play. Or a play. During a play. Player is the subject. Can is the verb. Puck is the direct object. No, can pass. I'm sorry. It's a verb phrase. Can pass is the verb. The puck is the direct object. Number 6, from the puck is your prepositional phrase. Mask is the subject. Protects is the verb. Goalie is the direct object. Number 7, in half is a prepositional phrase. Then the subject is line. The verb is divides. And the rink is the direct object. Number 8, to his teammates is a prepositional phrase. Across the rink is also a prepositional phrase. Then the subject is player, the verb is sent, and pass is the direct object. Okay? So we're diagramming sentences now. Number 9, you should have mask, then you have your line, protects, then the little line, goalie. Number 10, line, and then you have your big line that crosses through, divides, and your perpendicular line, rink. Now make sure these are perpendicular because the slanty line is for predicate adjectives and predicate nouns. So you have to make sure that it's perpendicular. By perpendicular, I mean it goes straight up and down and crosses or meets the sentence line at a right angle. That's a geometry term, perpendicular. Where am I? 11, player, then your sentence line, your perpendicular line that crosses, sent, then your small little line, pass. Write 2 sentences about how to score points in a sport of your choice. Now here's the problem. You want to make sure you're using direct objects and not just prepositional phrases. Your direct object should answer the question what after the verb. Okay? So that's that. Now I'm going to take a peek at page 87 real quick because that's what you're doing today. And basically this is it's putting all of these verb lessons together. So you're going to be using just sentence patterns that are just subject verb, which is SV, your subject verb and direct object, which is SVDO. Then you have also subject linking verb and predicate noun, which is SLVPN. And then subject linking verb and predicate adjective, which is SLVPA. If you don't remember any of those, you can go back in our grammar lessons and watch some of those videos and review them a little bit before you do the lessons, okay? Let's look at some of the guided practices, just to kind of practice. Number 1, my aunt cheers for her team. Prepositional phrase, for her team. The subject is aunt. The verb is cheers. There's nothing else. So on the line, I'm going to write SV. Number 2, the fans are enthusiastic about the game. About is a preposition. So about the game is our prepositional phrase. Fans is our subject. Are is a linking verb. It doesn't show any action. And what is it linking the fans to? It's linking them to enthusiastic. Enthusiastic is an adjective, predicate adjective. So our sentence pattern is SLVPA. Number 3, some people wave signs over their heads. Over is a preposition. So over their heads is a prepositional phrase. People is our subject. Waves is the verb. Waves is an action verb. It's an action. What are they waving? They are waving signs. Signs is the direct object. So your sentence pattern is SVDO. Number 4, others dress in their team's colors. In is a preposition. In their team's colors is a prepositional phrase. Subject is others, dress is verb. There's nothing left after that. So it's a simple subject-verb sentence pattern. Then number 5, the fans are great supporters for their team. For is a preposition. So for their team is a prepositional phrase. The subject is fans. The verb is are. Are does not show action. It's a linker. What is it linking fans to? It's linking them to supporters. supporters is a noun, so it's a predicate noun. So your sentence pattern is SLVPN. So we're putting all these together. You can go back and look at your past papers. You have your papers handy, and you can go back and read some videos if you're having problems, and just do your best just trying to ask yourself questions to figure out what the sentence patterns are. All right? Have fun. I'll see you again soon.